Alright, welcome to day 60 of Mastering Astral Projection, and we are 2/3 of the way through. So what we're going to be talking about now is lucidity and lucid dreams. Three different types of lucid dreams. In its lowest form, dreamers realize that they can influence the environment, but do not actually realize that they are dreaming. At another level, dreamers understand that they are dreaming but can't affect the environment or the course of events. And at the highest level, dreamers fully realize that they're dreaming and can control the dream environment and the course of events. And then he talks about wilds, which are wake-induced lucid dreams. The OBE exit-like symptoms are never experienced at the start of a wild. And wilds can be indistinguishable from normal awake reality. So you're having a lucid dream and you have no idea that you're even dreaming. One of the differences between lucid dreams and OBEs is that dreams and lucid dreams all register EEG, and OBEs don't register on the EEG. So that's because you're creating a double with OBEs. So some people say that there's actually no difference between the OBE and the lucid dream, but that actually is a significant difference. Actually, it's not something you're going to be able to do at home or probably during the process, but it's a different usage of consciousness. So what he says is that the OBEs don't use energy. The energy is transferred into the projectable double, and with lucid dreams that you actually are using sensitive energy, the type of energy that we had talked about yesterday. And what else do we need to know? And the conscious exit of the OBE, like what we're trying to accomplish, is by deliberately provoking the exit. He also talks about memories, and he asks the question about, are your OBE memories purely from your projectable double, or have they been altered or distorted by your dream? It's a good way to know the nature of your dream state. And a way to tell if you're actually in an OBE and not a lucid dream is if you look at your hands during the OBE, they should start to melt. It's one of those things that people use to determine what state they're in. Also, movement. During the OBE, you have to adapt to the environment and learn to control your body function. And so movement's very sluggish, and often the environment, you can control the environment, but you have to make commands to do so. Like if it's dark, you command there to be light, and if you want to move, you have to command yourself to move. If you want to go through a wall, you have to command yourself to go through the wall. With lucid dreams, you can, if you have control of the environment, you can do anything you want. It's just like everyday reality. I do have a little bit of experience with lucid dreams because I've had a few of them, and I know what he's talking about to be true. He also says that some people actually don't experience any exit symptoms during the OBE. So, and he asks the question, were you awake before, during, or after the OBE? So, if the last two items apply, which is you were awake during or after the OBE, you can conclude that you're having an out-of-body experience. So I think that's all I'm going to touch on today. And I had a very interesting dream last night. I had a dream that I was observing the captain of a spaceship, and she had been moving through space, and the ship had lost its ability to produce enough oxygen, and they were trying to figure out why, and they couldn't. And they had a big cargo, and the captain, they had devised a plan that they had to kill off crew members one by one via lots until they got to their destination, and they had calculated how much oxygen they had left and how much oxygen each person consumed. And if they weren't picked up by a rescue ship and they'd put out a beacon, they would have to kill members to conserve enough oxygen so that the survivors could make it. The point at which I found them was that they had been rescued or and maybe made it to their destination, one or the other. The captain was talking with the captain of another ship, and she was lamenting that she had had to kill her chief officer because he had drawn one of the lots. It's a very peculiar dream. Yeah, and then I was on the hillside in another dream, and somebody was telling me that he needed to move these hibiscus plants. But random, I don't know. If there's any, I've been looking at some other lucid dream and OBE YouTubes, and there's a lot of interesting stuff out there. One I'm looking at is called Lucidology 101, which I'm finding pretty interesting. And he talks about a particular technique of going to bed at night and getting the mind awake, body asleep technique to happen as fast as possible. And he claims that that is the easiest way to get into an OBE, is to basically, this is interesting, go to sleep, get in a position, and stay there. And he says the body has some sort of communicative protocol or something that it goes through with the mind to know whether it's time to send out the projectable double. And the way that it does that is to send a message to the brain, or the mind. I'm not sure, he hasn't really distinguished between mind and brain, probably not like I do, but he uses the word mind. Sends a message to the mind saying, I'm going to roll over now, should I roll over? And to induce the state that we want, he says to stop rolling over. Force the body to stay in the exact position. He says no matter how painful it gets. He said if you can break that cycle, there's a chance that the body will actually go to sleep and start to move the projectable double out, and then you can get the mind to do the projectable double transfer into the astral body. So I'm probably going to try that. It seems pretty interesting. I'm still using the MP3 that I created with the affirmations in it, so I'm still dreaming, but I'm just I haven't had any success on doing the astral projection, or at least not having memory come back that I've projected. So that's where things stand right now. Alright, thanks.